Ladies and gentlemen, I am Yusril, the game is Star Trek Online, and welcome once again to Foundry Frolics. Today's mission is a follow-on to one I did a couple of weeks ago. Those of you who remember the fun that was the Reuben Conference, and the sudden but somehow inevitable betrayal of the Askar, will be remembering that, well, the last we saw of them, they had, kinda broadcast some fairly key information to the Iconians. Matara is dead. Unfortunately, we have another mad female dictator to deal with. This is The Betrayed by Sir Boulevard. It's still in its review phase, so let's see what we've got. Also, it apparently has tough ground combat, so you're gonna get to watch me fail repeatedly. Hail the contact! This mission is intended for Federation players only, and there are some prequels that might be worth playing. Common Ground, of course, was the last mission but one in Foundry Frolics. Ambassador Julia, nice of her to help us out. Yes, as I recall, you spent most of your time cowering in the corner while I was shooting up Askar. However, they have apparently allied with the Iconians, and they used to be a servitor race, and they have a wormhole drive, plus some advanced tech that they nicked from the Lobe Consortium. So let's go blow them up. I mean, that's the logical solution to all of this, isn't it? Is there some way we can help, Ambassador? We can do no more until we investigate the Askar further. The Askar 4 fleet was stationed at Molrayan for several months, and then they were engaging in experiments with the local wildlife, and I don't care how cute Fluffy is. But, he's cute! Okay, he weighs about a ton. Maybe more, maybe less, depends who he's eaten recently, but he's still cute. Even with the foot-long fangs. However, several of the nationals were left behind and were placed in protective custody. Protective custody, just who's being protected from whom here? And one of them's a former Askar commander, so we'll be heading off to New Romulus then to pick up where the Askar left off, seemingly by leaving a few people behind. Not that the Federation or the Romulans would ever do such a thing, certainly not the Federation, just as long as you can have a good old southern filibuster. After all, the abuse of the right of statement's practically a tradition these days. Now, where's New Romulus? There we go. Plot a course, and hit the slipstream. And here we are. Do I have to? Well, yes, actually I do, if this mission is going to carry on, so we've arrived at New Romulus, and it will take some time to... Oh dear. Oh dear. Do I have to? Really? Oh, well. And he beseeched me to entreat your majesties to see and hear this... Yes, this is indeed a train wreck. Oh no. Why did you have to put someone who was stuttering in the role of Lord Polonius? With all my heart, it doth much content me to hear him so inclined. Good gentlemen, give him a further edge and drive his purpose onto these delights. This is an epic train wreck. They've got a Rosencrantz unit. Oh. To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler for the crew to endure the jeers and catcalls of a dissatisfied audience, or by shouting "End program, end them," to sleep perchance to dream. And aye, there's the rub, for in that dream what might make it into the next performance review. This is an epic... I'm getting a freaking drink. Yes, wait, best part. This you... Okay, now get a drink. In fact, just get the bottle. Bring the bottle. Oh no. I can't... Even Vulcans have their limit. Okay. Did you deliberately find some way of making the Foundry pick a Vulcan bridge officer? Or is this just a coincidence? Even Vulcans have their limits. Sweet Gertrude, leave us too, for we have closely sent for Hamlet hither, that he, as 'twere by accident, may here affront Ophelia. Her father and myself, lawful espials, will so bestow ourselves that, seeing unseen, we may of their encounter frankly judge, and gather by him as he is behaved, if to be the affliction of his love, or know that he thus suffers for. Well, Koran hasn't messed it up so far. I shall obey you, and for your part, Ophelia, I do wish that your good beauties be the happy— Wait, oh my lord. Okay, continue. Ensign Helena is playing Ophelia. Okay, fine, it's been years since I bothered to actually read Hamlet, and I'm pretty sure this train wreck of a performance— This is priceless. What did I miss? Matthew's hormones! Typo, by the way, there. Hormones. Hormones? Who knows? Hormones, hormones, who knows? Yes, he is just a little bit smitten, isn't he? Gracious, so please you, we will bestow ourselves. Or perhaps not. You try to bestow yourself upon her, Polonius, you're going to get slapped. Many, many times, which— Actually, what does happen to Polonius in the play? I need to go and look it up. I'm going to need a bigger drink. I told you to bring the bottle, but would you listen? No. Romulan ale, the only legal Class A amnesiac ever invented. Read on this book that show of such an exercise may colour your loneliness. Hey, do we sugar the Do not respond. Not even trying. Oh, 'tis true. How smart a lash that speech doth give my conscience. The harlot's cheek beautied with plastering art is not more ugly to the thing that helps it than is my deed to my most painted word. Oh, heavy burthen. Tudor rant, it can be so awkward to get right at times. I am appalled and forever bemused by this. This is not going to get Will Shakespeare out of the programme. I hear— oh. Yes. Yes, there are some double meanings in Shakespeare. In fact, well, my kin, there's not a few double meanings. The bard loaded practically every scene with something to keep the audience giggling. There's a line that goes totally over most modern heads, in fact most schoolchildren's heads, perhaps fortunately, or teenage boys up and down the land would suddenly be taking interest. The line in which Hamlet tells Ophelia to get her to a nunnery makes considerably more sense if you're aware that nunnery is Tudor slang for a brothel. Anyhow, epic facepalm, double epic facepalm. Yep, some moments only whiskey. Let's face it, in that regard, if the crew is incredibly juvenile, so was the average Tudor audience. The bard knew who he was writing for. To be or not to be, that is the question. I choose not to be. Oh, thank heaven. Well, if she's uncooperative, we can always threaten to have the Asgard commander parked up here. And what's Yamaguchi doing up here? To cards, some nice shout-outs here. And, well, at least the Colonel dressed for the occasion. Although he's probably wondering why he bothered. And I'm pretty sure there are still rules about fraternization, Lieutenant. Prison's going to be a break after that. Whether indeed to endure the slings and arrows. Anyone think this is kind of backwards? No, not even slightly. Let's get down there. And welcome to the new Romulus detention facility. And yeah, no greeting. Well, fair enough. It beats the option of being shot at. Still, security should be able to direct us where to go, as long as there's no Shakespeare. Let's see what we've got. All the same, guns up, boys and girls, because the other possible reason— oh, wait, no, they don't have a prison break in progress yet. Hi, guys. Do you have a Asgard prisoner here? Of course. forbidden substances, does that include the truly outrageous amount of weaponry we're carrying? Or possibly the halter I've got in my back pocket? Don't ask. Asbestos lining. Really good. Hey guys. Be scanned. It's going to take all days. Excellent. We're clear to enter the facility. And we're cleared for weapons as well. Thank you so much. It would have been so awkward having to get them back from you when the inevitable prison break happened. And in here, I think. Aha! Satal! Julia, what have you got for me? Doctor? What the hell? Okay, would you guys mind explaining why you're holding an emergency medical hologram in here? Meanwhile, oh hi. Well, I can see we should have brought the ale and possibly the very large sippy of whiskey. Ambassador, what do we got? Yes, excellent, excellent. This is about the Ascar's betrayal alliance. Yes, you want me to get some sense out of the commander before the commander succumbs to a headache, I assume from that expression. Nailed it on the head. Near enough. Commander Prue, we've met. Yes, we have. It's hard to forget Ascar, especially ones who shoot at my ship. You didn't actually manage to scratch the paintwork, the shields held it, but hey, I still take it personally. That was under orders. Terrific. That was entirely the wrong thing to say to Starfleet officers. We have a legendarily casual attitude towards orders. Well, I'm sure you didn't. Anyhow, so you claim. She's instantaneous. She claims to know how many Ascar are incarcerated at the moment. If the power were to abruptly go out, would we be dealing with a jailbreak? 60. Terrific. A few civilian contractors. Wait, intimate Okay, so she might be a smidged biased here. They're lovers. And you... Wait. Oh, I see. I'm not even going to ask. Yes, it is a conflict of interest, but it's a little detail here. Whenever the Ascar and the Republic are shooting at each other, could be considered a conflict of interest, Commander. Just saying. I'm sure we can find you something to do. Patrolling the Klingon border, escorting the Bortasku, hauling the Bortasku, hauling the garbage that is the Bortasku. Who knows? Maybe I should rephrase that. And the Ascar just betrayed us, absolutely, and they were stealing teaching. Well, they didn't steal. Trading the wildlife to serve them, and they... Yeah, absolutely. So what's the plan of action? Well, we need to turn their course of action. Are they loyal to the Iconians? I doubt it. They kind of started a rebellion, didn't they? And, well, we need an Ascar to help us, so you're gonna send me in on a false flag op, aren't you? Absolutely! Let's face it, you're using our classified information against us, so turnabout's fair play. Like I said, turnabout is fair play. And we have the Iconians breathing down our necks, so how do you intend to do this? And Rafael got held up in customs. Nepeta... Wait, what? Okay, what's going on here again? Right. Oh, right, that would be why she's having the epic freak out. Okay, fair enough. Pleasure to meet you. And yeah, we're just going to do a little bit of, well, mind rape, aren't we? And the Ascar have a natural distrust of felines. Ah, terrific. Huge violation of her rights. Oh yeah? Do you really think this is going to bother us? Okay, so basically she can agree, or she can be, well, scanned without her agreement. Okay, unless someone else is... Okay, running some mind blocks inside, but we'll see. Do you accept? And yeah, it's blackmail. Pretty much, yeah. We're not even bothering to hide the fact right now. And he's not... Well, actually, funny you should mention that. And he's capable of breaking telepathic blocks. Lovely. Okay, seems like a huge risk. And mind-to-mind scans are always dangerous. You never know what's going to scam back. Anyhow, ready? We're really not asking you, Commander. Get it done. Okay, so what do we got? Doobie-doobie-doo. Fair enough. Dooby-dooby-doo, dooby-dooby-doo. What's going on over here? Hey, Warden, what do you got for me? I have some questions about the facility. As long as it isn't classified. Of course, after what happened with Sailor, isn't the control console in here a bad idea? She was actually... Oh, she was 500 feet down, and that was a stupid lawyer, so they don't allow mobile phones in the block anymore. Woohoo! Terrific. And it's a sync cable. Yay, I wonder if they're still using Firewire these days. I have another question. Oh, then again, maybe I don't... What have we got? Enough. Okay, some pretty impressive mental blocks. And the 4th Fleet were not informed. Of course, we were already being monitored out of fear of going natives. Well, we're good. You're welcome. And thank you. Was that really necessary, Ambassador? Yes, it was. Well, we had to go scrubbing, didn't we? Yoink. She's right. Telepathic probings are dangerous, but sometimes they're necessary. And it's no less dangerous than having an Iconian sleeper agent planted in the bridge, is it? And we're not going back and... Yeah, she's from Veronat, so she knows exactly how it's going on. Okay, I'm sure Talshar interrogations had a similar origin. I imagine so did the Klingon Mind Sifter, however... Yep, anyhow. Fair enough. Well, at least she has a, conscience. Okay, she'll probably get off scot-free. Targs to grill. Well, fish to fry, but grilled targ. That's an interesting idea. Normally you only fry the stuff. Inch-thick slabs, little cream sauce, maybe some peppercorns on top. Anyhow, we need to go after Atalanta. Okay, get a medical team down to monitor her, and when we're done, we're beaming up. Let's head back to the transporter room. And I still want to know why you've got an EMH in the brig. At least I assume it's an EMH. Looks like an EMH. Could be an Ascar, I suppose, but the other ridges there... can't really tell from this angle. Who knows? So, Warden, where were we before we were so rudely interrupted? This facility looks like it uses Federation equipment. That would be because it does. Okay. That would be fine. And barring one specifically bad incident involving a certain Romulan, well, Romulan-human hybrid, they've had a spotless record. Of course, the really good escapes are the ones you don't know about. Rafeo, aside from a hangover the size of Vulcan's moon, what have you got? Okay. I did not know. It needed to be done. Yes, it did. Well, she can. Okay. Well, we're lucky. In the meantime, get the man a... where's evil Chekhov when you need him? Absolutely. So, let's head back to the transport room. Nice touch there, by the way. Meanwhile, take a quick glance. And that's kind of a pretty little view. Ooh, Nanov. More Nanovs. And, I don't know, Romulan? Red-headed Romulan? Can you even have red-headed Romulans? Who knows? Presumably you can. Anyhow, let's beam ourselves up and energize. Meanwhile, we have one somewhat under arrest ambassador, one slightly traumatized Ascar who's on our side at the moment, and one Farasan ambassador who's in the middle of a minor breakdown. Come on, ambassador, you knew what we were going to ask you to do. It's a little late for regrets. So, welcome back to the conference table, and it looks as though Commander Satal still isn't quite over what's going on around here. Romulans. So, you ready to begin? Okay. Oh, get over it, Commander. We've done the unpleasant necessity. Now, if you don't mind, we're getting on to business. Absolutely. Enough out of both of you. Okay. Now, are you ready to hear the mission objectives? Because if you aren't, I'm gonna tell you them anyway. And excellent, Commander. Bit of common sense for you. And yes, you are, but don't push it. And I'm sorry, there are 5 Starfleet officers. Okay, yeah, 5 Starfleet officers. We are, by definition, crazy people. So the objective is to track down Atalanta or someone working for her, get as much intel, preferably without wringing their brains to dry, and then return to the Alliance with the information. Of course, if something critical comes up, well, we jump on it ourselves. So the Aesi Stellarm will accompany us on the assignment, and, well, she'll have some new state-of-the-art stealth tech that isn't going to work. And what do you mean it might be a suicide mission? I do them all the time. So far, no one's yet managed to come up with an adequate definition of suicide for me. Okay, and the Pathfinder's currently stationed at DS9 to help us out. Lucky us. So, where can we find Atalanta? So, there are several systems we could try. The Betraker, the Roller, and the Horsehead Nebulae. Great, no scanners. And Intel says she's on Asgard Prime right now, which means Intel are probably being fed a line. Oh, terrific. The Ducks didn't like Atalanta, and this does not bode well for the politics back home. What would you say is our best chance? Well, let's head for the Betraker Nebula. Well, we'll try not to glass the whole planet, but it may yet come to that. So, the Aesi Stellarm will be with us. Helm, course for the Betraker Nebula. Let's go, and because I'm too lazy to walk to the bridge, energize. Alright, so the Aesi Stellarm is standing by. So what's so special about the system besides the fact that we're in the middle of a nebula that has a tendency to wreck sensors? And it's for decalithium and denabite. So you get enough cover to wreck scans, but maintain subspace comms, and another little spelling mistake there. Should be an O in ingenious. And Ambassador Gila, stay where you are, mark the system, although I assume it's on our charts because we kind of found it already. I mean, unless Astrogation... Oh, wait, no, Astrogation were in charge of the performance of Hamlet, weren't they? Mark the system on the charts. And if we're not out of that debris field in 30 minutes, return to Morian and come back with a very large fleet. Take us into the field. Avoid combat if possible. Noted, but this ship can handle herself. What do you mean you hope so? I'm sorry, how many of your ships have we wrecked? Take us in. Full impulse, and then... Oh yeah, of course. Scan jamming. Fighters away. And while we're at it, set condition 1 throughout the ship. Lucky us. Okay, what have we got? Looks like... Oh, it's the Solinae. That's an Obelisk-class carrier. Okay, wing number 2 out. And yeah, there we go. An Ascar. A Wells class under the Ascar? What the blazes? Fine. This is getting weirder and weirder. Hi guys! We might be here to murder you. Nothing else on sensors. Let's investigate the field. There we are. Contrast behind this asteroid. Okay, well, we're not really hidden behind the asteroid, but fair enough. Let's... Ah, there we go. Hide. All stop. A Wells class and an Obelisk. Okay, the field's producing energy that we like to save the Solinae, and it's the Atalanta on a 29th century time ship on screen. Okay, already done what you asked. Continue. She's a complete idiot, you know that. Yep, we know that. Believe me, we know that. And do you really think, yep, Sarissa is unhappy. You were secondary to the Heralds once, and you were treated very well. And then you kind of hacked off the Iconians. Oops. Nope, the Iconians aren't a forgiving bunch. And yes, they can. Yeah, like we said, complete idiot. You still don't get it. You turned against your gods. Yeah, they're not very happy. The hull's been broken irreparably, and so will you. Quickly. Oh dear. That is... There's a Federation starship on the other side of this rock, isn't it? Then proceed. Another quick typo there. First Fleet, 3rd Battalion. Yeah, fair enough. Red alert. Shields up. And with our shields down, yeah, it's not good, and Atalanta is withdrawing. You know what? Move us out of the field. Reverse course. Slowly back us up. Okay, right, so the fighters had other ideas. Okay, and... Oh, well, fine, we're rumbled. Broadsides, nail them. No witnesses. And no solar gateway either. Don't need the sunburn. In fact, don't mind, just patch up that gaping hole in the hull. Oh, right, it was a cleverly camouflaged Vonth battleship. Now where are we going? This could take a while. Alright, there are some Obeliskosaurus to deal with as well. Okay, fair dues. Come on guys, let's have some fun. Fire at will, just hose them down. And get some more fighters away. Are we good? We are good. Right, let's get out of this debris field. Shields, I don't need, so stinky shit. Engineering's gonna hate me. Well, I mean, we only lost a third of the hull. Strengthened the armor, held up quite nicely. Right, let's roll. Do. Can we squirt up to full impulse? No, not yet. We still need to find the edge of this nebula. So we're almost clear of the debris field. Almost. Almost. Still nothing on scanners. Let's kick up to evasive maneuvers for a second. Ah, there we go. Leave the debris field and then kick up to full impulse. And then back into the nebula and realise that was a horrible idea. Let's get the mini-map back. There we are. Okay, so that was the right objective. Hard over, squirt to impulse, round we go. Dooby-dooby-doo, dooby-dooby-doo, dooby-dooby-dooby-dooby-doo. There we are, we're reading weapons discharges. We're fine, they aren't. And we have a lock on the warp-ship. Pursuit course engaged to the L-Wing system. I have a suspicion that brings us pretty much full circle. Wasn't the L-Wing system where this whole plot arc kicked off? Yeah. Maybe. I've played so many Foundry missions they all tend to blur together after a while. The L-Wing system, ladies and gentlemen, and a rather large starbase by the look of it. A mining station in L-Wing 2, and we're not getting a clear read on it because it's not quite then. Or, no, it's in two places at once, isn't it? We have a lovely little temporal loop going on. One... Yeah, there we go. One stolen time ship, one stolen time ship from the future. Or possibly the past, or, oh, sod it, somebody get me the Romulan ale. Okay, if we had some sensors using... Well, fair enough. I mean, for Tellarites, that's pretty good, dude. What data are you getting? Some sort of temporal interference. Ah, right, yes, it is there and it isn't there at the same time. It's the same ship twice. Yep, this is how you deal with a Tellarite, ladies and gentlemen. Don't try to pass yourself off. Stand aside. You want more of them, Yeoman? All good captains should know it. Like I said, so it's gibberish. No, it's not. The readings are similar to what the Krenim were using at Kiana to protect themselves. They shunted it sideways in time. Yeah, the info would have been in the Wells' class because as far as they're concerned, it's ancient history. The tech is 500 years old. Yeah. But this ship, they're still intact. Lucky us. Have the Asgard ever had this level of tech? Nope. Okay. Anorax class. Oh dear. That's very classified, or at least it was. Yeah, it's not classified enough. They know exactly where it is. Then we would seem to have a problem. If Atalanta knows about the Anorax class, yeah. Okay, the Anorax, it kind of deletes things from history. Yeah. Little bit unethical. Oh yeah, it's a last stand measure and it doesn't work anyway. We're also taking measures not to disrupt the timeline more than we have to. I mean, there's that whole business with the Borg and the Romulans, but officially that never happened, so we don't really remember it, so I'm not sure why I just mentioned it. Have some more Romulan ale. How do we know? Yes, actually, that kind of did happen. And right now we've no time for an ethical debate. So then we'll hail the station and kind of blow the fact that we're there. So let's hail the mining facilities first. Hey guys, anything? Nope. Emergency comms equipment. What about the industrial section? Nope. And, well, that just leaves habitation and mischief, which is where the boarding parties. Oh, hi. I have a few questions. They're not related to your mining facility. And running from the truth, I see. Okay, fair enough. Indeed they don't. They're also ludicrously heavily armed. Can I point out this tradition? How often does the ship outside dock? And I mean the other ship, not mine. And they dock her regularly. And they've taken on how long she had the new ship? Around the time the mind-boggling wars started. And Atalanta's been running protection. Fair enough. Heh. Yep, but you're guaranteed so. Where's this mining facility? I am here to provide Atalanta with a gift, a traitorous scar. Yeah, fair enough. Silence, traitor! Forwarding the quarters, and of course we will. Nicely acted, crew. Let's go get the Makos. We'll need both transport rooms. Let's go find Atalanta, who hopefully doesn't have the historical records of what's about to happen next. Or maybe she does, because let's face it, predestination paradoxes can work your way sometimes. Ask Chief O'Brien. And Julian Bashir, of course. Although he really wasn't his own grandfather. The genetics of that don't work out, even with the monkeying that was going on with old Julian. And oops, well, spoilers if you haven't seen, what was it, season 5, season 6? Something around then. Ugh. Right, one Asgar facility, one band of Mako commandos. Hands up. Yeah, I don't think so. Surprise! Yoink. Come on, guys, down you go. Get the triage out. And that's the end of that. Nice of you guys to show up. Call on that, grab the power cell, and... well, it's one way to make entrance. Absolutely, let's move up onto the ridge, get the lay of the land, and hope that they didn't detect that weapons fire, which would be highly awkward if they did. Hey guys, nice of you all to show up. Is that a Vardois frigate? Yes, it is a Vardois frigate. It's going to be crawling with Lord knows what. They're never clear. Let's search the landing pad with binoculars. Handy. I don't intend to wander down there. Only a lightly armed force. Ha 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 ha. Those are storm commanders. Yeah. They don't seem to notice our presence, and now they've noticed us. I told you getting up on this ridge was a bad idea. Run away. Run away, run away, move, 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 move. Well, I say run away, but actually run towards the enemy would probably be a better idea. In any event, get off this ridge line before those mortars find their range. Come on, which way's the objective? Go, 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 go. Clear that landing pad. Move. Remind me to have a word with the Romans about their anti-gravity tech. They're being a little bit reckless with it. Okay, what do we got? Looks like one, possibly two groups. Well, let's get to work. Okay, that was handy of you. Fine. Move on to group 2. Do you guys want to take this lot, or can we have the pleasure? Fine, thank you. Have a grenade. And we'll just open up the shotgun and... ooh, looky. Have a bullet. Aye, who stole my kill? Git. Well, the landing pad's clear. We'll just borrow that stun pistol. And Arrhenius, yeah. Hello. And finally gone native. Well, how charming of her. Okay, we have got 1, 2, 3 storm commanders. knock down the fleet commander and bring in the backup. Ensign Rock, you get to have some fun, and we'll call in the backup as well. If you want something done properly, after all, you do it yourself. Yoink. There we go. Did I just waste my... Yes, I did. Oh, I'm right. She's a modded Vardwa. Fine. Heal Talers up. I said heal Talers up. You know what? Just back up and go over to manual mode for a second. Yoink. Multiple tricorder. And damn it, the corpse despawned. They killed Ensign Rock! The gits. They almost killed me as well. Ah, Arrhenius, you're a useless scumbag. Did you know her? Yeah, at the Academy, absolute hardliner. And we all just earned 500 more bounties. Woohoo! Okay, so let's see how high we can make the rounds go. Sounds like fun! Okay, let's go scout out the primary facility. We'll need a new Ensign Rock. How many eggs have we got on board? Not sure. Anyhow, you guys stay at parade rest. We'll just be, over here. Doing the heavy lifting. Doopy-doopy-doo. Jog, 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 jog along the path to the suspicious mining facility. And okay, this doesn't scream ambush at all, does it? Yeah, Mom. Let's go. I agree, it's an ambush. However, we do have a stolen Vardwa fighter, which absolutely isn't rigged to self-destruct. Keep checking the angles. Keep checking the angles. Don't stand in front of the two very large guns. Scans the ship. I'm thinking bomb. Engines are still warm. And let's not use the front door. What about... Yep, the sewers. Okay, best case scenario, her forces are too distracted to notice currency. Worst case scenario, they defeat one force in detail and then come after the other. Update their orders, I'll talk to Setal. We've got Atalanta cornered. We hope. Hope is, of course, the first step on the road to disappointment. Let's go give her what she deserves. Bullets. Phaser fire. Flamethrowers. Things like that. I am starting to like Prue, though. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the tunnels below the L-Wing facility looking for Atalanta, and then looking to shoot Atalanta many, many times. And hey guys, nice of you to join us. What do we got? There she is, and she's not alone. Foolish Askar. Oh yes, the Iconians want her dead as well. Happy, happy joys. Of course, there's nowhere I can run for you. However, I can lure you to your death. Wait, what? Okay, not again. Is someone turning Omega on her? Yeah, another to con absorption field. Okay. For Theosake, Prue, stop. Oh, great. Sorry, got something to be. Ta-ta! Current, move now. Go, go, go. So we now have a two-way between the Iconians, the Storm Commanders, and, oh yes, the Makos. Where's the way down? You're kidding me. Over here? Yes, no, yes, no. Oh, fine, right. Now I can't even go over the ledge. How'd you get down there? Ah, there we go. Dropping down. Right, let's start by knocking off you. And then ducking. And then realizing that we're stood right in the middle of a load of guys who can teleport. This was not necessarily my best battle plan ever. Get the dampening field out. How are we doing? Pretty decently. Lyasara's down. And we have more trouble as well. Nanites out. Let's get everyone back on their feet. More or less. Sarissa, are you dead yet? No, you're not. And that was a... yoink. Big honking heap of trouble. Ow. Respawn. Sarissa! Are you dead yet? Well, she's got some armor, and she would appear to be dead. Okay. Yep, she's dead. Yes, well, Taket does gloat every so often. The others will notice soon enough, and we're in kind of a wet situation. Oh, wait, the water level. Oh, terrific. You heard the woman. Run away! Again. The water level does appear to be slowly creeping up, doesn't it? Come on, guys. Run. Not a leisurely stroll. Run. Yeah. Okay, there we go. There's our way out of here, I hope. Wait a minute. Did I miss something over there? Let's just take a brief toddle. Because Sabulivar's been hiding stuff in this mission so far. What's this? Looks like... Oh, right, it's the front door. Fine. Maybe it's another back door. Who cares? It doesn't seem to be relevant in any event. Go on, guys. Let's leg it quickly before we discover what happens when you mix a Tacon generator and a lot of water. I'm betting it's the same thing that happens when you mix electricity and water in most circumstances. You're all looking remarkably relaxed. Death traps are indeed to be taken off the acceptable away team risk assessment. Commander? Oh, wow. She had a few toys lined up, didn't she? Right, what have we got? An Omega generator, yeah. Yep. We used something similar on Denacia to take out the other mad Iconian. It's classified. Basically, that's how we injured Taket. Yeah, it was, which means Atalanta has got access to our classified records, or got to the same conclusion herself. Lucky us. Well, we need to report this immediately, and the Omega generator has successfully clapped all the particles. Yay! We can use warp drive. Lucky us. And we're not allowed to reverse engineer most of it either. Then we have no time to lose. So, where next? I assume we need to beam up somewhere, but I'm not quite sure. Oops. Another explosion? Ah, there we go. Exit. Do need to add a small waypoint there. Let's get some fresh air. Bautista, that's not very reassuring. Oh, right, I see. Yeah, your ideas are not reassuring at all. They're never reassuring. They usually involve me having to respawn multiple times while fighting a crazed Iconian. And welcome back to the surface. The fighter and the Wells class were missing, and the fighter was carrying Denobite. The Wells dropped its shields and then left, and we need to discuss what they left behind, which is mostly underwater. And yeah, with the Iconians we cannot hope to fit another Admiral. I must wait, what are we about to do? Oh right, are we about to stage a coup against Atalanta? Okay, rules are meant to be broken, and the Vulcan is telling us, yeah, haha, whoops, this is not going to end well. Let's go to Thomas's new assignment, and yes, Yeoman, that tells you exactly how bad an idea this is. Bautista, you have a new assignment. You're going to hate it even more than the rest of us. What's the word? The word is given. I can't say I agree with it. Okay. And no, Yamaguchi, you do not get to go with your boyfriend. Okay. Oh, right. He's over on Prue's crew, is she? Fair enough. Okay. Shuji. Yeah. Okay. And don't worry, he'll see you again. Besides, I've got the tougher cruiser. So, hey, there you go. Well, Godspeed, Lieutenant. And, yeah, stop crying. Okay, he'll be back soon. You and Aaron go up the Wabash. Okay, this Klingon suit is called Battle Cruiser Vengeance. Another typo there, by the way. Let me guess. He's Koth of the Vengeance. Right, let's go talk to Commander Prue. Are we going to get the ship as a prize? Yeah, maybe, maybe not. So what have we got? Yep, the intelligence officer is ready to go. I'd like him back in one piece, and not unanimously, by the way. That first eye isn't there. And, well, the Prime Directive is a little bit flexible at times. Yes, is it the right thing to do? Who knows? However, we're going to be, yes, war, conquest, piracy, and some other things not to be said in polite company. Yeah. So, well, it'll end in fire, like so many other things. Wait a minute, are you going Vorlon on me? Who knows, will she succeed? Well, they say hope is the first step on the road to disappointment. Yes, but only if you haven't got a plan. No, it's not pessimistic, it's realistic. However, we can have that argument another time. Well, we will meet again as victors, we hope. Or we'll hang together in loss. Or possibly we'll get blown up separately, again in loss. Like the good old days of the Republic. That was last year. Well, yeah, you have an interesting life. Let's go find the 4th Fleet. And you're welcome. And don't actually whip the Republicans into shape. It leaves far too much blood on the deck plates. Right, let's head back to the Wabash and get off this planet. I mean, we'll have to dismantle the facility, but we can leave that to the Corps of Engineers and maybe poke around some of the toys they've got. I mean, does the Prime Directive apply to the Federation? Interesting comment. Anyhow, let's go. So, one runabout, and yet we should all fit on board. Might get a little cramped in the back, but hey, that's what runabouts are for. Righto, we are indeed ready to go. And there we are, the Askar Civil War. So ends the anthology. And indeed, special thanks to all the authors who contributed to this one. So begins the Askar Civil War. And the end of the Betrayed. So, a little rough around the edges in places, some typos that need to be tightened up, and maybe just have one of the characters point out that going round the ramp in that last fight instead of jumping straight down isn't a smart idea. But hey, 4 stars, 5 stars once they get some of the rough edges smoothed off. And a tip, ladies and gentlemen, that has been Foundry Frolics. I have been Yusril, and until next time, farewell.